They used to say, this rap shit, They used to say, this rap shit. Yeah, I remember it so clearly, rapping to my pop about the cars and the clothes, shrimp and the lobster that.
Y'all know it's your man JMV. Checking back in with y'all, new video. We'll talk about why I got into trucking and you know, what would lure me in or whatever. So yeah, to start off, man, it was something I always saw myself doing from early age. I'm talking like 5 years old. I was always infatuated with trucks. It was always something I could see myself doing as the years went on. And then you know, as I grew up, you know, I kind of fell in love with football. So for me growing up, it was NFL or CDL. Those were the two things that I wanted to do. And had the NFL worked out, I still would have ended up getting the CDL and getting the trucking, because I would have just had the money to purchase, you know, my own truck, start my own fleet. So either way it went, I was going to end up in this industry. So for me, it was something I saw myself doing from a very young age. Of course, I then went on to college. Obviously, I played college football. I always saw myself and envisioned myself being an entrepreneur, a businessman. I took a lot of marketing and business classes in high school, and I ultimately went to college and studied business management. So entrepreneurship was something that I always saw myself doing, being my own boss, starting my own company, running my own company. That is something that I always saw myself doing, and it is something that I, like I said, I just tied it right in with my childhood dream of wanting to be a truck driver. So for me, it all dates back to a young age. And like I said, I went to college, studied business management, and played football, left college, started to pursue a professional career. It just didn't seem feasible to chase a dream when I was expecting my son. He was in the womb at the time, so it didn't make sense to be chasing a dream that the odds weren't even 50-50 when I could go ahead and get the ball rolling with this, which I knew I could make happen. So like I said, I started off driving local, as y'all know. Spent 4 years driving local after I got my CDL through a CDL school, and now I'm OTR thanks to a lot of the you know, my own ambition, but a lot of my self-research and stumbling across, you know, people such as Ghost and LoShawn Parks, Trucker Brown, Shadow Wolf, and a couple other people who got into the lease game and ended up being owner-operators or just very successful lease operators. So that's what led me here. And this is where the journey starts to build my company. But like I say, trucking was something I saw myself doing from a very young age, and it was a dream that I stuck by, and I'm going to make a reality. You know, it's funny how the industry is looked down upon by a lot of people who have no knowledge of the trucking industry and really don't understand that, you know, without trucks, the country pretty much shuts down in a matter of days, 3 days tops. No food coming in, no merchandise coming in, no gas coming in. You know, everything is transported on trucks. That's another thing that drew me to me, is the importance. Like, you know, I played offensive line in college, and it's a positional group that doesn't get noticed on the football field unless you're fucking up. But it's the most important position group, in particular on the offense, but in a lot of cases on the team as a whole. Offense doesn't go without the offensive line. Quarterback can't throw the ball, receivers don't get any catches, running backs don't get any yards and touchdowns. Everything you love watching about football offensively doesn't happen without the offensive line, and that translates and compares parallel to the trucking industry. You know, you're looked over, you're looked down upon by a lot of people, but without us, the country ceases to exist. We don't need, you know, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies for the country to continue to run. The country didn't run with those guys years and years ago. So the necessity is the people, the blue collar people. That's who keep the country going. So that was kind of a draw for me as well. Doing something that provides a service, a necessary service for the people in the country. So that kind of ties into it as well for me. But I remember I was in school and it was in one of my business classes, and we had to do an assignment on what we planned on doing with our degree upon graduation. And like I said, a lot of my classmates were planning to go work for a company, Fortune 500 company, enter the corporate world, climb the corporate ladder. A lot of us, some of them didn't really know what they were going to do, as you can expect from a lot of college students. They're just there to be there. And, probably a majority of the class saw themselves being entrepreneurs. The difference between me and them was, Sue wanted to be a baker, so she wanted to start a bakery. An entrepreneur, start her own baking business or whatever it's called. Jim wants to be a chef, wants to own his own restaurant. Michelle likes arts and crafts. She wants to start an arts and crafts store. Here I come, and it's like, well, I like trucks, so I want to be a truck driver. I want to buy trucks and build a company. And I remember some of my classmates kind of looked at me funny, like, dude, you're in college, you're studying, you're getting a business degree, or you're getting a degree period, and you want to be a truck driver. That doesn't make sense to me, because like I said, they don't understand. They're not knowledgeable of the industry and the importance of this industry and the truck drivers themselves. So I had to kindly explain to the guy, first of all, clearly you have no understanding of the trucking industry, and you really have no understanding of how much money is in it, because it is a necessity, it's a necessary function of the society. So the country does not, nothing happens if we're not driving these trucks, if we're not driving, OTR and local, because local doesn't get the love. Everybody, when you think about truckers, you think about over-the-road drivers, but local drivers don't get the love and respect they deserve either. I did it for 4 years, so, their job is just as important. Most of us OTR guys complain about if it's not a drop and hook, motherfuckers is complaining. But the local guys have to actually go into the stores, go into the cities, into the cities, to the stores to deliver the product. Whereas most of the time, the OTR drivers are just dropping it off at a warehouse, and boom, they back on the highway rolling. So, don't shame the local drivers, man. It is a big difference between OTR and local. I didn't understand it when I was local. I just thought we all were truckers. There is a difference. A local driver is not. It is a lifestyle. Being OTR is a lifestyle. So there is a difference between a local driver and an over-the-road truck driver. But don't shortchange them guys, man. Their job is just as important, and they're looked down upon just as much as the OTR drivers. But like I said, I told the dude, man, you're speaking uneducatedly. You're just speaking out of ignorance, because you're looking down upon this industry, thinking, oh, it's just a whole bunch of dummies driving trucks. It's people that couldn't graduate high school, didn't have what it takes to graduate college, which can't be further from the truth. I'm an example of myself, and I know several guys who have degrees. Matter of fact, my trainer has several degrees. But this is what he wanted to do. So no, it's not just a bunch of dummies driving trucks around, man. It takes more than just holding a steering wheel to do this job. You have to actually have some type of knowledge. There are a lot of federal as well as state and local laws that we have to abide by. If not, we can be penalized and fined and possibly lose your license, depending on the severity of whatever rule you didn't follow or broke. So, yeah, we deserve a lot more respect than we get, but what can you do? But like I said, I love doing what I do. I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's an industry where if you have the grind mentality, you have the focus and dedication and drive, you can go into business for yourself and be highly successful. It really all boils down to you in this industry. How much work are you willing to put in? How much sacrifices are you willing to make to make your dream a reality? Because it's there if you want it, So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap that up, man. I got into trucking because it was something I saw myself doing from a very young age. I loved it, and I love it today. And it's something I see myself doing until I can get to the point where I don't have to actually drive anymore, and I can sit back and watch my money come in, because I have drivers driving my trucks, and I have ventured out into other avenues of business, because my dream doesn't just stop here. You know, I want my trucking company. I want to have anywhere from 5 to 25 trucks, you know, on the road at a time. But I see myself doing other things. I've always seen myself get into real estate. I've always seen myself getting into purchasing a franchise, and you know, just being a business owner with multiple businesses in multiple different areas. So, and the video was 10 minutes long. I ain't mean for it to go that long, but yeah, that's your man JMV, man. That's why I got into trucking. That's what I think about it, and that's a small taste of my lifelong goals and what I plan on doing and accomplishing through the trucking industry and beyond the trucking industry. So yeah, like always, it's your man JMV. Y'all stay up, stay safe. I'll get back at y'all a little later, man, with another update. This dude about to rip his mud flap off. Yeah, I'll get back at y'all later.
Money machine.